Boys and girls, welcome back to the channel. It's time to bring back the best waifu, Akiza. I'm just kidding, best waifu is a Shizu, let's go! But okay, anyways, second best waifu, Akiza, with Evil Eyes. As you may know, the Turbo Duel Grand Prix, is it something like that? It's too many words, is here, and as always, then it's time to bring back Evil Eyes because Evil Eyes is tier 0 in this format. Why is that? Well, first of all, of course, the help of No May Valentine to pop the back row and stuff. And second of all, because of the insane skill which lets you search for your equips, which is, a card extra on your second turn, which is, that detail on its own is too much for most decks. The advantage you can get from getting one more card is pretty good. You would be surprised. You may think like, oh, just getting one more card, how good the deck can be. Well, it makes a lot of, when you card every turn than your opponent, it builds the advantage, especially with Evil Eyes, who are, great with controlling the advantage and have full use of all the cards they get. So that's why Evil Eyes and, like I said, maybe of course Noble Knights are tier 0, the best decks of the format and the best decks to play in the format. Though I would say potentially Evil Eyes are better because they are more consistent, but yeah. I didn't have much time to play, but I did get an 8 win streak with this deck. I only lost it because I got sacked. It happens. If I played more duels, maybe I would get a better win streak. It's not that you're you're saying it's tier 0 and you got only 8 win streaks. Trust me, it's pretty good. Like I literally wiped the floor with basically all the decks, even harpies that play Tide that binds and stuff. Anyways, what is this build? What the hell? 24 cards? Well, yes, I am playing Dark World Dealings just for the memes. Plus, it is pretty good because with your other 6 cards, Medusa or the Field Spell, you get a +1 with this card. Of course, it does help the opponent to, ditch a card they don't like or something. But I think it really boosts our consistency, which makes it worth it, at least in this format. Because we don't really care that the opponent gets a plus, maybe he doesn't get a +1, but gets to choose one of his cards. Because when we set up our field, the opponent can do anything basically. So yeah, like nice, you have your one different card, and you have one card in the graveyard, but I have the the field completely locked, and you can't do anything. So anyways, I'm playing triple Medusa. It's pretty good. I'm playing triple Basilius. I'm playing one Catable Pass. I do decide to play double Evil Eye of Selene, although some versions seem to play triple even, so if you like, you can try it out. I am playing triple back row removal in Storm, double Cyclone, and Evil Eye Confrontation. First of all, we have double, Storm and double Cyclone, which are on their own back row removal. Plus, Evil Eye Confrontation is amazing because it's searchable back row removal. And it is, you can bring it back, reuse it with Medusa, so you have more, how much back row removal you need, really. But we don't usually care about back row anyways, because once we set up the Selene on the field, they can, have books and Canadia and whatever they like. They can't do anything about untargetable Medusa. I am playing only one TTH and double Evil Eye Defeat. That's just my preference. Like that's just how I felt today. If it was yesterday, maybe I would play double TTH, one Evil Eye Defeat. I like it. I like double Evil Eye Defeat because it's searchable. So yeah, it's literally a searchable TTH. Potentially even better because you can bounce, anything you like. Extra deck is pretty good with the skill level tuning, which lets us very easily go into our Utopia Ray Cheese. Plus, Malevolent Sin is pretty nice, and the rest is really, Giga Brilliant into Corbage, into Gaia Charger combo, and Ghost Trick Alucard to pop the back row. So yeah, that's the deck list. Nothing too crazy. I like it. It's very fun. It's easy, you know, rank ups. It's easy wins really, with the skill, with the skateboard, whatever. So yeah. Anyways, it's time to duel. Also, I would like to remind you, if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing because it really helps me to not send you to the Shadow Realm. Just kidding. Of course, it does help with that, but it helps with making more videos like this, making growing the channel really. So yeah. Plus, it does help you to not miss out when I'll be posting out other videos, you know. But here, first of all, we played with Jack. Um, I forgot I didn't have a level tuning on this bad boy, so yeah, we played like a couple of duels with Jack. Well, here, as you can see, Dark World dealings. When you open two, it's not that good because you only recover one card. But we already had Medusa, which was, you know, a dead card. So, you know, I guess something. Now we can set up our field, and that's probably Harpies. And Harpies don't really have an out without if he didn't. But he fortunately for us, he spent his MSD. Won't show me. Okay, won't show me the graveyard. Let's see. Okay, he spent his MSD, so he can't out my Celine. Even if he had one MSD, he can't out my Celine because it's protected by the effect of Catable Pass. And now he really, yeah, he basically loses here. Why? Because you can see from our skill we can grab one more equip. Let's see. We're not maybe even gonna use that. We can search for the field spell. He decides to bounce his monster. That's fine. We can still go for, like, here we can easily just go for Utopia. How? We can just go for exceed level with level 4s and activate Celine from graveyard to get ourselves to less life points, but we just decide to go for the pure beatdown. Why not? We can win still by just beatdown. No need for going for Utopia Ray Cheese. And now we're back, I think, to our waifu. Yeah, let's go. Okay. So, if you're interested, like, how good Evil lies here, is it even? Just check out the decks we're playing against. Here we open pretty well. We can go for our standard combo. We can send the Gargan. Discard one to grab the Celine. We can set maybe Storm for bluff. He has a Night Beam, which, you know, nice, I guess. Weird one, but okay. Now here is the question. How can we deal with Melodious, you may ask? Well, let's see. He goes for Berta, which means we easily win. How? Well, yeah, sure, you can banish my stuff from the graveyard, but then what? I can just take out your Schuberta and take you out, take you out as well. And the other, because if he went for the Bloom Diva, it would be a bit more problematic, because then we have to go for our Exceeds or grab the Defeat, which can bounce him. But sure, now you get to banish our stuff. We get to banish your as well. Just for funsies. Well, Evil Life Celine is not the best up deck here, because there's no real need for it. We can now go for pure beatdown. And yes, in a sense, we did risk for the score, but I felt like, you know, fuck it, I'ma risk it. If I win, if he doesn't have the score, we win. If we do have, we lose. We just, you know, if we waited, maybe we could have played better around it, but who cares? We just destroy it, and that's gonna be easy game. Well, just we'll just do something. We can go from Malevolent Sin into Courbage, bounce one of his monsters. We can go for Awakening, summon the Medusa, go for the Catable Pass, Go for the Alucard, destroy his monster, and that's gonna be easy game. So yeah, that's Melodious tier 2, by the way. Okay, you say Fudo, that's usually Harpies, you already know. Tie that binds. Even I saw tons of Yosenjus playing ties that binds. Um, Yosenjus are, I would say, also decent in this format because they do have lots of normal summons and they are, you know, anyways a good deck nowadays. So yeah, it could be Yosenjus as well. Here, this is the good thing about the dealings. We can, if we have the Medusa, you know, we can just plus, you know, one. He does have a Providence, and he is playing Blue Eyes, which doesn't help really, but we also have protection in the back row. Okay, he searches for the Ancients. That doesn't do much. We top deck double Cyclone, which is amazing. We can, with our skill, grab the Gorgon. With our skill, return the Gorgon, hopefully grab something else. We grabbed another Gorgon. This is the great thing that we can, if we don't like the equip, we can return it and grab something else, with again with the same with the skill from the freaking skateboard. So here we double Cyclone. The one back row, it was a Karma Cut, nice. We can Basilius, discard, search for the Awakening. Awakening, bring back the Medusa. We can activate the Selene. He has enemy controller, which means it's game. Why? Because we have defeat, we have the monsters to banish. We, you know. Now at this point we can bounce his Sylvan Princess Sprite, but there is no need to, especially because then he has two Ancients in the graveyard. And now her activating his effect, he will only get one in the graveyard, which we can easily bash with Medusa, and that's gonna be easy game. Can we OTK here? Probably, right? Level tuning, yeah, that's easy game. Utopia Rage is a great win condition for this deck. I like how this event really helps us to it gives us a reason to bring back Evil Eyes. Like otherwise I wouldn't bring them back because they really suck in this meta, you know. At least we can play them here, you know, for fun. I really like Evil Eyes, you know, otherwise. Win streak 4, by the way, for now. Here we opened decently, not the best, not the worst. TTH is always welcomed, of course. Gorgon serves as Evil Eye of Selene, so we can banish as well stuff from his graveyard. We use double Cyclone here, first of all, to pop the Gorgon, which then lets us search for anything next turn. And second of all, now we can TTH his monsters, so if he can only survive potentially if he has Sphinx in hand, which the odds are he doesn't have, you know, because how much, you know, he has 17 cards in deck, you know, the odds are he doesn't have it. He doesn't have it, of course. Now we can search for the Selene with a skill. That's literally a +1. Every turn you can do it, basically, because of the counters. We can go for the field spell, grab the Medusa. Medusa, bring back the Selene we just discarded. Activate the Selene. We have the defeat, and that's gonna be easy game from that point. We can also grab again another. It's multiple times, so we literally plussed 2 cards. This is the reason why, you know, like I said, they are tier 0 in this format. We literally grabbed 2 cards, you know, for free. No cost whatsoever, just the counters. And yeah, at this point it's over because we can just bounce his monster, even if he has a back row like Pulse or anything, I guess. What can he do? He can't target my Medusa, so at best he can destroy one of my equips, but then we just search for another next turn. It's too much. It's just too much, especially having the defeat to bounce is amazing because they don't have monsters on my turn, so they can't, you know, switch up their field spells, which is the, you know, the main goal of the deck, really. Power Sing Stone doesn't do anything, Pulse doesn't do anything, easy game. If you in general don't like Blue Eyes, you will like Evil Eyes. Evil Eyes are pretty good counter to Blue Eyes. But if you of course set up the field, if they go first, it can be a bit problematic. Not gonna lie. But anyways, let's see. Primo, that's usually Thunder Dragons. 25 cards. Smells like Thunder Dragons. Thunder Dragons are a charge of the Light Brigade. Yeah, it's it's Thunder Dragons, all right. Thunder Dragons are an easy matchup for us. Why? Because we can banish their stuff from the graveyard first of all, so we can make them so they can't go for the Levianeers. Second of all, we can OTK with Utopia Ray Cheese through his life points, and third of all, with defeat we can constantly keep bouncing their stuff, so it's very hard for them to play against us. But anyways, we have 3 field spells, which isn't the best opener because the 2 of them are dead cards now. We can discard them with the Korgan, I guess, but we don't open Basilius, so we can't even discard them. Now here we start banishing from the graveyard. So why is that? Because now he only has 1 light, so we can deal with it on his turn. Here we decide to banish the Hawk, which you may think like, oh, that's a bad thing, you let him reshuffle the Hawk into the deck. Well, in that sense, maybe, but in the other sense, now he can't use Hawk again this turn, which is pretty good. And now he doesn't have any lights. Of course, he did mill with the Raiden, but potentially he doesn't read because there's a lot of text. Second of all, even if he does, what's there left to do? He can't OTK probably, so yeah. We decide to bounce all of his stuff. He searches for the he searched for the duo. He can't summon it, fortunately for us, because there's no lights in the graveyard. He doesn't read, of course, which, nice, bro. Go for the Levianeer and the Raiden again, but that doesn't do anything. He gets back with the Roar the Hawk, but he can't use the Hawk because we banished it already. And now it's gonna be easy game. We have a big we got a thick ass Medusa on the board, and easy win through the Raiden. So yeah, if you don't like Thunder Dragons, I should say, not Blue Eyes. If you don't like Thunder Dragons, then you play Evil Eyes, because it's incredible how good Evil Eyes are against them dragons. So here we open Confrontation, which can be decent to pop his back row. So let's see, what is he even playing? He lets us send the Gorgon. Now we activate Confrontation. Now, at this point, we already know he doesn't know how our deck works, because he would bounce if he saw the Basilius, if he knew what Basilius does and how big that is for our deck, So now we can activate Gorgon, search for the Awakening. Awakening is pretty good here because we have 2 defeats, which are only activatable if we have monsters on the field, really. We can now activate our skill, which is a +1. Search for the Selene, activate on Catable Pass. Maybe we could have went into attack and try, swinging with Catable Pass, but yeah. So he destroys 1 back row. Ends the turn, we know he has hand traps. Pretty good against hand traps because we can banish Kytroid from the graveyard, which means he can only stop 1 attack. Second of all, with defeat we can bounce back OEM. We can also destroy OEM because our monsters are bigger than their original attack. So yeah, we're pretty chill. And look how much advantage we have at this point. He has 3 cards in hand. Look how much we have, the perfect freaking board. Maybe not the perfect, board, but pretty fucking good. With Medusa, we can keep bringing back defeat. And Yosenjus can't really do anything against the defeat because we can just keep bouncing them every turn, and at some point they're gonna run out of hand traps. Here is his Kytroid. Unfortunately, we don't have the Selene on the Medusa, so we can't banish it. But you know, who cares? It just takes a bit longer. Now here we decided to our stuff. Why is that? Because now we have the space for the Gorgon. And why do we want Gorgon? Because we feel the delays. It's not drowning. I would play otherwise around drowning. So with Gorgon, we play around Veil as well. You know, Veil can be a bit problematic. So only thing now that can stop is the Kytroid. I forgot that Sting bounces face up cards as well, so he survives through the Veil. But again, look at how much advantage we have. Like, realistically, what can he do? He goes for their commas. We let him even bounce, we let him even destroy. Now, he got greedy. Of course, there was no waiting really because he's out of his juice. So he wanted for lethal potentially. We can just bounce him and that's gonna be easy game. Activate the Gorgon. Bring back Medusa again, bring back the feet again, and yeah, that's game even if he had Veil in hand. Okay, and finally now, the last duel. Let's see. Against Primo with a win streak, by the way. Now let's check our win streak for the proof. Let's check out. Okay, so win streak 7. If we win here, it's win streak 8. He has 5 win streaks, which is pretty nice. He is playing Primo, so is that Thunder Dragons again? Is that easy game? We decide to discard with the dealings. He throws away Kytroid, so that means he's not playing Thunder Dragons. So realistically, Yosenju's maybe, potentially. Now the good thing is that, what the hell, bro, Kytroid, we can just easily banish it. We also get a search. This is why Dark World Dealings is amazing, because now we get 2 of our amazing starters, Selene and Defeat. Selene to banish stuff, Defeat to bounce stuff. Now we can banish his Kytroid. He is playing Yosenju's, okay. He goes for comma 1 into comma 2 into comma 1, which means he potentially has only 1 hand trap at most, you know. And at this point, we don't want him to start bouncing. We can just bounce his stuff instead. We decide to bounce his comma 1 and comma 2. Why? Because comma 2 can still attack directly, and comma 1 can only bounce if there are more Yosenjus on the field. So it's a dead card, you know, basically. And now we can start getting advantage. Yosenjus lose to over advantage if you have more, resources than them. We felt the delays. We know he doesn't have a drowning here, so we can just start swinging with Medusa. Hopefully he doesn't have cantraps. He decided to bounce the wrong card, it seems, because this the Gorgon serves as this Eye of Selene as well, so we can banish his Kytroid. Plus it still gets the attack boost, plus it still gets the effect of Evil Eye of Defeat, so we can bounce 2 of his monsters again. And that should... okay, so he destroys my monster, which effectively does nothing because we already have one in the hand. So that's gonna be probably game. Like, what can he do? He maybe has an OEM, although most Yosenjus now switched from OEM because it's not the best in this meta. So we have to just play around Veil, realistically. We also have the Defeat for the follow-up, and yeah, that's gonna be easy game. And that's gonna be it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. It was very fun. I really like Evil Eyes. And I do appreciate Konami helping me to play Evil Eyes. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to play them really, because of the meta we're in. Harpies, Harpies can literally annihilate this deck. So yeah, it is what it is. Anyways, hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, see you in the next one. Bye.